here, this is a Lord Potato, and this is what if Naruto had the abilities of the Salt King, Part 4, and the end of this what if. Yes, I'm trying to finish this goddamn what if. I thought I finished it 9 months ago, but I realized I still had it, and I didn't finish it. So, yeah. I completely forgot about this what if. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I forgot about this what if, okay? So yes, this is part 4, and this will be the end of this goddamn what if. But yeah. Now, or, wait a minute. Yeah, no, part 4, yeah, it's part 4, not part 5. Part 4. So, we will begin in a recap, but before doing that, go subscribe to our animations, iconic what ifs, and Obito what ifs. The links will be always in the description, but yeah. Now, we go into a recap because you will all forget because it's like 9 months ago. So, Naruto, he attacked the stone village with sand and turned into sand. Then decided to attack Kumo, and well, he didn't really turn into sand because Kumo at least can feel his pain. So of course Naruto walked away. Did take out Itachi and Itachi and Kisame, and then actually got a flag, mostly map to find the Leaf Village because he forgot about it. Of course, this is where he gets to kind of Konoha. But before getting to Konoha, he sees Hira and Kakuzu fight against Asuma and Shikamaru. Naruto kills the two Akatsuki members, but also kills the two Chunin ninjas that were with Asuma and Shikamaru. Naruto did actually threaten Shikamaru and Asuma that if they go to the Leaf Village, they will die. And Naruto only gave this this kind of letting go Shikamaru and not killing him right there on the spot. It was because Shikamaru and Naruto were friends before Naruto got banished. Of course, Naruto then went to Konoha and killed Danzo Shimura, and then killed the civilians that were hiding in in the Hokage's heads. This is where he also killed the elders and killed Tsunade. So when Naruto came out, he killed Tsunade with a spear. Tsunade could not use the Hunger Healing because she just turned to salt, because salt is like a virus. Now, Naruto does have a 10 feet salt barrier around him. So, of course, Naruto did fight against Sasuke and did kill him when Sasuke went enraged. The fact that Naruto said that he killed his brother and took his Sharingan. Pretty much Naruto just broke him into a million pieces by turning him into salt. So Sasuke went after him saying Chidori, but he turned into salt and easily killed Sasuke Uchiha. Of course, this is where Sasuke got her neck just snapped. And of course, Obito did try to fight against Naruto. Well, not even Naruto fight him. Mostly says that you are the nice jerky. This is good. This is where he inhaled too much salt, so his body is fully just turned into salt. But he managed to calm it away. Of course, this is where, Naruto was laughing at Kakashi how the fact that Naruto knew who his parents were. And of course, Kakashi was sad. Of course, super depressing, too much in deep thought. Of course, this is where, Neji was about to attack Naruto. Neji fully come to his senses after Naruto telling him that he won't kill Neji because Neji has been just used by Hinata and hasn't changed anything from, the clan. Of course, Neji got to his senses, and of course, Naruto did remove Neji's curse mark. I forgot to mention that. I forgot to mention the seal mark. But Naruto did remove that by using Kurama's chakra and also his salt chakra, removing it. Of course, this is where, Kiba was about to attack, not Kiba, Hinata was about to attack Naruto until Neji kind of kicked her away. Of course, this is where, Kiba was about to attack Naruto until, Choji blocked the attack and kicked, not punch, just smacked Kiba away. And Shino decided to join because he saw that, Konoha is in the losing side. So yeah. All three of them decided to join Naruto. Because Choji, he didn't want Naruto to be banished. That was his friend, his good friend. Shino, he is also a good friend with Naruto. And Neji, he was changed by Naruto, not to hate people. But of course, Naruto got banished and could not help him change the, clan. So of course, this is where all three of them are right now helping against Naruto fight against Konoha and destroy it. So of course with Naruto, he's right now easily fighting against Hinata and Kiba. Of course, right now just attacking him. Of course, this is where Ino decides to try to attack Naruto until Choji like clashes his hand to the ground and Ino has to jump away. Ino says, "Damn it, Choji, I'm not gonna try to fight you." Choji says, "I'm sorry, Ino, but this is a war, and if I have to kill you, I might have to kill you." Ino says, "Damn it." This is where we go into Shikamaru POV. He's right now running towards Konoha, and of course trying to get towards Konoha. Now, when Shikamaru managed to wake up, he saw Asuma dead. The salt turned him into a salt statue. Naruto did this on purpose, to see if Shikamaru will ever betray Konoha. To see if the pain that Naruto is going to inflict against everyone is worth it. Shikamaru was angry, but of course, he was still kind of wondering why. Why did Naruto change like this? What changed him? Of course, Shikamaru is trying to get to Konoha, and when he gets to Konoha, he sees the mass destruction. Now, Naruto, he was fighting against Kiba and Hinata, until Naruto kicked Hinata away and stabbed Kiba with his salt spear. Kiba went, ah! This is where, the six paths of pains were still noticing Naruto. And then they noticed that this is a Naito, so he says, "Universal pull." He pulls Naruto in, and Naruto, he didn't even fight it. This is where, he's getting pulled in, and this is where one of the paths to try to absorb Naruto. Naruto was close to all of the paths of pain, and this is where the six paths of pain were looking at Naruto. Of course, this is where the Jiva path widened his eyes and realized that there's salt all around Naruto. So when the path tried to absorb Naruto, he turned into salt. Not into the toad, into salt, pure salt. He will not be able to be brought back to life. This is where the other path of pain will already slowly turn into salt. This is where Naruto sends a giant spear at, the Diva path. The Diva path says, "Shinrai Tensai," blasts us away. But this is where Naruto sends multiple salt spears at every single Diva path. Not Diva path, every path of pain. This is where Naruto says, "You're gonna die so easily." This is where, the other path of pain, they tried to fight it with their own, unique abilities. But of course, it all got cut down and even just destroyed with different spears. The Diva path decided to fight against Naruto. Naruto went to fight against the Diva path. And this is where the Diva path tried to punch at Naruto. This is where Naruto blocks the attack with a, salt wall. Like a salt wall. Because he created a thin air. This is where Naruto grabs the Diva path, push him closer, and this is where Naruto decides to hug him. This is where the Diva path tries to, get out of Naruto. But his body is turning all into salt. But this is where Naruto had enough, when he was turning, the Diva path into salt, he also was turning the chakra connection into salt. So Naruto was finding out where the real body will be at. He finds Nagato's real body and laughs and says, "I guess that's the human that I be fighting." This is where Naruto, he makes a giant spear of salt. This is where it's kind of like emitting like a bunch of this salt wave around it. And this is where Naruto tosses that shit so fast that it goes straight to the tree. Now, the tree where, Nagato and Conan were at. Nagato says, "Damn it. I'm too weak, and the Diva path not Diva path. The six paths of pain are right now destroyed." Konoha says, "Damn it. Then we must..." She right now gets hit by the salt spear, but also the salt spear hits Nagato. This is where, Nagato says, "Conan, I'm sorry." This is where his body turns into fully salt. The Rinnegan are destroyed and turned into salt. This is where when Obito got here to see what happened to Nagato and Konan, because he wanted the Rinnegan, he sees both of their bodies turn into salt. He screams out, "No!" Because he is pissed. The fact that the Rinnegan are gone, he can't use them no more. He needs to go on plan B. And he is pissed. But yeah, we're going back into Naruto right now, defeating every ninja in Conan. Right now, Shizune tries to attack Naruto, but Naruto blocks these symbols with his own symbols made out of salt. And so Shizune and Naruto right now fighting. And so Naruto laughs and says, "It seems that you're gonna die, big sis." What's it called? Shizune. Shizune says, "Why Naruto?" This is where Naruto says, "Because." He makes a salt sword and stabs her into, well, what's it called? The chest. Naruto says, "Because, big sis, I fucking hate this village. This village should have died a long time ago when Orochimaru attacked." It's what she's into. Then, I always love you, Naruto. She dies because she doesn't want to hate Naruto. She didn't want to curse him or anything. She can understand Naruto's pain. But of course, this is where she turns into salt and dies and breaks into a million pieces. This is where Hinata's right now fighting against Neji, and Neji's right now taking her out so easily. This is where Hinata can't do anything. Kiba comes out of nowhere and trying to attack Neji until bugs appeared, and of course right now absorbing his chakra. He's like, "Damn it, Shino, you traitor!" And tries to attack Shino. Shino was using his bugs until Rock Lee and Tensei tries to attack Shino. Until multiple salt pillars appear behind Shino, blocking both Tenten and Rock Lee's attacks. Rock Lee says, "Leaf Hurricane," and of course got blocked. Tenten using Katana's attack, tried to slice at Shino, but of course they got blocked. This is where Naruto appears and grabs both of them, and right now smashes both of them together and then throws them away. This is where Naruto says, "Salt Domain." He smashes his hand into the ground. This is where, not Salt Domain. He says, "Salt, feel, spice of heaven." This is where multiple salt spikes appear, stabbing both Tenten and even Rock Lee, killing them. This is where Naruto is laughing. So yeah. Also, what's it called? Naruto is able to his abilities, if you want to think about it, his abilities are similar to that of a Premonition Devil Fruit, and also similar to that of maybe a Logia Devil, not Logia, Zenin Devil Fruit. Actually, now that I think about it, even Logia Devil Fruit. So Naruto can definitely change his he can definitely get any attacks that try to hit him. His body can definitely turn into salt. So yeah, if you want to think it like that. So Naruto, he is right now easily defeating them all. He's not even in KCM. He's right now taking out every Konan ninja out. This is where he hears lightning, and this is where Kakashi says, "Chidori!" This is where, Naruto says, "Oh, it seems I'm gonna have to be taken out by you, Kakashi Atake." This is where Ino says, "Mind Transfer Jutsu." This is where before she was able to use it, Shadow Paralysis Jutsu complete. This is where Ino says, "Shikamaru, what are you doing?" Shikamaru says, "I realize why Naruto's doing this now, Ino. His hate's too great. And I and others are his only friends. So, we will stop him from going to destroy the other world, other places, and let him just destroy Konan. This is where Lightning Jutsu was about to hit Naruto until Naruto grabs a Chidori and says salt style. Salt stone. Wait, not salt. He says salt heavenly stone. That's where white salt started appearing all over, Kakashi, turning him into a white salt. Just fully into a statue. This is where, Kakashi is gone. That's where Naruto destroys Kakashi. This is where Ino says, "Kakashi." She looks at her other friends. Kiba is dead because, Neji really struck him in multiple points, killing him. But Hinata is not. Now, Neji, he doesn't have, he was going to kill Hinata until Naruto says, "Stop, Neji. Maybe we can definitely torture your cousin. You wouldn't want that to happen, right?" That's where Neji thinks about it and says yes. Naruto says, good, because I'm gonna sell her off to, well, the Kumo ninja. You know, the village that hurted your father. The village that was, well, the problem. This clan is the problem because they sacrificed your father to Kumo. Don't you want Hinata to have the same fate as her father, but not dead? This is where Naruto thinks about it and says, yes, Hinata, who was unconscious, didn't hear this. And this is where Naruto smiles and says, good, then let's do this. This is where Ino, who was shocked and sees everyone dead, everyone around her, except for Shikamaru, Choji, what they call Shino, and even Neji, except for Hinata. Hinata's still alive. But also, Naruto didn't kill any of Neji's clan members, like the not main branch, he killed all of the main branch, but the, other branches, he left them alone. He didn't kill them. Naruto says, good, because we're going to go to another village. And besides, Neji, you need to bring your clan along. This is where Neji says, what do you mean? I didn't kill any of the side branch. I killed all of the main branch, all those elders, and even Hinata's father. So, your other, cousins and all that will still be alive. Neji kind of widened and kind of smiled, and Naruto says, thank you. Thank you so much. Naruto smiles and says, yeah, what else are friends for? It's where Ino is let go by Shikamaru, and Ino is crying. She's like, why? Shikamaru, why? Why didn't you let me do it? He would have been done for. Shikamaru says, sorry, Ino. But it seems that you're the only one left alive. This is where, well, Ino sees Shikamaru, and Shikamaru just kind of like looks at her with death glare. This is where Ino gets afraid and says, Shikamaru, why? This is where Naruto looks at Shikamaru and says, Shikamaru, did you finally join my side? This is where Choji says, yeah. This is where, well, I should also mention that Naruto didn't kill other clan heads, like, the Aburame, the Akamichi, the, Shino's parents and all that, the Narawa. Not even the Yamanaka, he didn't kill them. He mostly knocked them out, but yeah. That's where Naruto says, also, Ino, I didn't kill your parents. They're well alive, they're just knocked out. That's where Ino widened her eyes, and she screamed out, why? Why didn't she just get killed by, like, the other rest? Why is she the last one left? Until she thinks about it, and then she goes, is it because I'm a girl? That's where Naruto says, no, not really. I'm not into blonde hair girls. Naruto says. Ino goes, Let's see where Naruto says, I thought you would be perfectly fine with Shikamaru. I'm not into you. Shikamaru says, I'm not into her. That's where Naruto says, you're not? Oh. I don't know. Besides, the Yamanaka are very useful, so I thought they would be well alive. They're okay. This is where, well, Naruto says, well, time to prepare the village. So, Naruto, before coming to Konoha or anything, he did ask Gaara and other things about supplies for a village that Naruto found, and that is the Uzumaki, the old whirlpool place. So, Naruto's 17 right now, but when he was 16, he was right now collecting Uzumakis left and right. We're trying to find them. He found a couple and then restored whirlpool. So, of course, this is where we go into a flashback. Naruto being 15, of course, he was training in the cave, but of course, Kurama did tell him to find the Uzumakis and make a whirl, because after this, what will you do? This is where Naruto says, that is true. Then I'll become the Whirlpool Kage. Make less paperwork, but yeah. So Naruto went to the Mist Village to find Uzumakis, also did talk to the Mizukage. That's why Naruto never attacked the Mizukage or the Kazekage. He mostly attacked what's called the Stone Village. For one reason to attack the Stone Village. One is because his father didn't finish the job. And two, it was because they would have attacked the the new Whirlpool. Now, of course, this is where Naruto also attacked Kumo, but it was just because he thought it was Konoha for a second. He thought he kind of got lost like Zoro, okay? So, yeah. Of course, this is where Naruto, he is going to give Hinata towards Kumo so he can make an alliance with them. So yeah. So of course is where everyone is actually got out of the elite village, and it's actually bringing towards what's it called? Well, Kumo. Or not Kumo. Mostly the Uzu. Now of course they brought to Uzu, and we go into Obito. Obito says, I need to summon out Madara. But before even summon out Madara and asking what's it called, Black Zetsu come out, this is where he realized that Black and White Zetsu are gone. He says, damn it, that brat. This is where he tries to go through hand size to summon out Madara, but before even able to, he managed to summon him out. This is where Madara puffs out and says, why did you summon me? Is the ghetto statue fine? This is where Obito says, no, it's not. Cause something happened. But Naruto is leading what's called, we're going to Naruto POV. Naruto's leading what's called the ninjas that he brought along towards Whirlpool. But Naruto, this is only a clone Naruto. The real Naruto is near Nagato's dead body, the salt one. Naruto figure out something interesting with his salt. He touches Nagato's salt, stone body. Naruto absorbs everything. Absorbs the whole salt statue into him. That's where Naruto gets all the memories, everything, skills, knowledge, and all them other things. But also one thing, the Rinnegan. But this is a different color of the Rinnegan. A different shade of color of the Rinnegan. It's gold. Of course, it's gold, but it has a kind of super ripple pattern. But of course, not silver ripple pattern. It's silverish, kind of like grayish, like if how salt is color. But of course, the ripple pattern and all that is gold, and also his kind of the white part is all black. So of course, his eyes are different. He now has a Rinnegan and can actually summon out the ghetto statue, but has more abilities for the Rinnegan. This is where Naruto's abilities all boost up to the freaking max. Naruto says, this is good. He then looks at Konan's dead body and absorbs her also, getting the ability to make salt paper. A strange ability for him, but he can actually transform his body into paper, but also kind of make it into salt paper. So it'll be much denser but also thinner at the same time. This is where Naruto says, this is good. His abilities are good. So Naruto thinks about it. Sasuke. This is where Naruto gets out of the tree because the tree is already collapsing. But Naruto's going back to Konoha. Sees Sasuke's like salt body, and of course goes to absorb Sasuke and Kakashi, and transform his body into more power. He now has the Uchiha bloodline, but also the Hatake bloodline. This is where Naruto's saying this is good. The Sharingan. So his Sharingan looks like the EMS of what's it called. He kind of evolved his Sharingan all the way to the EMS because he already has the Rinnegan. But it looks like what's it called, the pattern of Sasuke, of course, like the red and black. But instead of the black, it's a golden color, and the red is actually the whitish silverish color, like the salt. So this kind of color, the white silver right here. Of course, this is where the what's it called. For Hatake's bloodline, he's actually able to use the lightning style, a very potent, powerful lightning style. But this lightning is actually white. The reason why it's white is because of the salt mixed with it. It's where Naruto saying his bloodline is really good. This is where Naruto goes to Hiyashi's dead body, mostly where the siblings are at, and found Hiyashi's dead body. This is where he can kind of see with his eyes and where Hiyashi was at. Absorbs his what's called body, and of course gets the Hyuga bloodline. Now he has the Byakugan. This is where Naruto says, good. This is real good. I should have absorbed the Akatsuki's. Maybe Itachi's bloodline. Damn it. I could have had his Sharingan instead of a Sasuke's. Damn it. This is where Naruto realized. Tsunade. Naruto goes to Tsunade, where it last was, and kind of grabs all like the pieces and starts absorbing it, and gets the Senju bloodline now. Naruto saying, well, it's not Hashira. I'm a bloodline, the Senju. Wait, can I? Naruto goes through hand signs and says, wood style. Wood style appears. Naruto says, am I lucky enough? I guess so. But the wood is different. It's made out of salt. As Naruto says, maybe I can't use wood style, but it's a similar type to salt. And salt decides to change it into salt style. Naruto's thinking, but he doesn't care. He then leaves and decides to go back towards where his what's called friends are being led towards. Now he's brought towards, well, the whirlpool. Naruto is kind of just telling them about other things and blah blah blah. And of course, she's saddened, but of course she's with her mother and father, and of course everyone is kind of relieved. So of course, this is when they get to the whirlpool. The whirlpool is very built. And of course, there's like a couple of Uzumakis kind of working and all that. That's where the Uzumaki sees Naruto and says, hello there, Whirlpool Kage. Mostly Uzukage. That's where Naruto says, don't call me that. I'm still not the Uzukage. I brought people along. That's where the Uzumaki says, hello there. Bow down to all of them. That's where Ino is saddened because Sasuke's dead. But this is where Ino opens her eyes and sees a kind of black hair boy with kind of red highlights. And of course, some purple eyes. And looks at Ino and smiles at her with this kind of gentle smile. That's where kind of falls in love, and that's where not Naruto. This person says, "Hello there, beautiful." That's where kind of just has a bleed nose and kind of falls and faints and all. So of course, it's where Naruto says, "You can take her." What's called Saban. This is where Saban says, I just wanted to ask her out." This is where Naruto says, yeah, you can take her, bye. This is where Naruto explains about the Uzumakis, and yeah. This is where Naruto goes up to each of the Hyuga members and gets rid of their curse marks, mostly the cage bird, getting rid of all of it, burning it off of each other. This is where Naruto says, now you can go date whoever you want to. You don't need a choice to stay here or get out. You can leave, you can live, whatever, you can date Uzumakis or date each other because I don't give a fuck. So yeah, you can do whatever. This is where the Hyugas are finally free. They don't really need to date each other, so yeah. So of course this is where, Neji is happy, but this is where he looks at Hinata and says, what do we do with her? How easy. We give her to Kumo. Besides, I'll make an alliance with Kumo. This is where, Neji says, what do you mean? Besides, you see here, kind of make an alliance. I don't really trust Kumo that much, and besides, they're kind of angry at me anyway. This is where, Neji and, Neji nodded. This is where Naruto says, then come along, let's just take Hinata with us. This is where Neji does grab her, grumbling, but of course they leave. Of course, this is where, Shikamaru is kind of just in the village. He bumps into someone with what's called red hair, purple, kind of like purple highlights, and purple eyes, but one is actually, one is purple, while the other one is a, orange color. And of course, this is where Shikamaru says, I'm sorry. This is where this girl says, no, it's fine. Wow, you're kind of adorable. I like your pineapple hairstyle. This is where Shikamaru says, yeah. This is where this girl is so much nicer than Tamari that Shikamaru is thinking. This is where he says, kind of adorable. He says that out loud, and this is where she blushes and says, oh, thank you, pineapple hair guy. This is where Shikamaru realizes, fuck. This is where Shikamaru says, I'm not a pineapple hair. My name is Shikamaru. He's stuttering right now. And this is where the girl's name says, my name is Hayana. This is where Shikamaru says, oh, hello there, Hayana Uzumaki, I guess. Hayana says, hello there, Shikamaru, pineapple hair. This is where Shikamaru says, right, I forgot. My last name is Nara. This is where, she says Nara. But this is where she says, can I call you pineapple instead? This is where Shikamaru says, yes. This is where he stutters out a word and says, can I call you beautiful? This is where she blushes, and of course, they kind of get along way too well. Of course, Shikamaru is actually getting a liking to her because she's nicer than Tamari, and actually a strong warrior at the same time. Of course, well, they're hanging out. We go into Naruto and Neji and Hinata in Kumo. This is where Kumo is rebuilding, and this is where Kumo sees what's called, the salt monster, because that's what they call Naruto. And this is where the Raikage appears saying, "What do you want? Are you here to destroy my village again, salt monster?" Naruto looks at him dead ass and says, "The what? Are you fucking 6 or something? Are no, I'm not here to destroy your village. Instead, I'm here to give a gift, Mr. Raikage." The Raikage looks at him and says, "What kind of gift?" "The Hyuga, the heiress mostly. So it's basically from the main branch. Don't you want the Hyuga? The Hinata?" That's where Hinata is awakened. Like, she awoken because Naruto kind of hits her, and of course she'll wake up. This is where she has her, like, mouth tied up and all that. Or mostly, like, a tape and all that. And of course, this is where she's kind of wide awakened. She overhears Naruto saying that this is a gift for you. This is where the Raikage says, "Is she dead?" This is where Naruto kind of like put her, hair up and all that. And say she doesn't have the seal. She's definitely an heiress. Hinata Hyuga. Wasn't your father after this anyway? This is where the Raikage says, yeah, he was. So, not his father, mostly the third Raikage, since he's the fourth Raikage? Yeah. This is where the Raikage says, yes, the third Raikage was after her. Well, fine, I'll take her. You don't want her, don't you? That's where Naruto says, nah, I destroyed the Leaf Village. I took Hinata as, a kind of reward for your help for giving me a map. This is where the Raikage says, I feel like you want something else. Oh, I do. I want a trading system. This is where Kumo, the Raikage sighs and says, to what? You don't even have a village, Uzumaki. Basically, whirlpool. This is where the Raikage kind of gulps and says, I see. A salt monster like you being in Uzu kind of make you the Uzukage, wouldn't they? Yep, they already did. Fine. Fine. And Naruto says, good. Here you go. He kind of throws Hinata he kind of throws Hinata towards the Raikage right now at his feet. This is where the Raikage snapped his fingers and multiple, kind of like 4 Kuma ninjas grab Hinata, and Hinata's trying to struggle, and she's trying to scream, and right now she can't, and trying to kick, but of course her legs are tied. Okay, she's tied up like a worm, so of course she's trying to struggle, but she can't get away. Naruto says, bye-bye, Hinata. That's what you get for not helping out me when I was getting banished, bitch. That's where Hinata looks at him, cries, have one tear fall out her eye, and she just looks at him terrified. She regrets everything. This is where Naruto laughs and says, see ya, sucker. This is where, we go into Naruto and Neji back to Uzu. Of course, this is where Naruto and Neji right now talking, but of course they hear this stomp, stomp, stomp. Also, I should mention this is past a week. Naruto also unsummoned what's it called? He summons out the ghetto statues to summon out, get rid of the different Jinchurikis out of the ghetto statue. And of course, this is where all the tail beasts were out. And of course, they were kind of getting their power back while staying in Uzu. So yeah. Of course, they hear stomp, stomp, stomp. And of course, where Naruto looks out into the water and sees this giant blue Susanoo kind of going towards him. Yes, this is Madara Uchiha. And right now, Obito can't fight because he not fully turned into stone. He's right now in his armor. He right now kind of cut off the parts where it had white salt and kind of replaced it into white Zetsu's arms. So of course, this is where he's going towards. Uzu to destroy Naruto Uzumaki and take the 9-tailed Jinchuriki out of him. Of course, this is where, Madara says, so here's is Whirlpool. Huh. Do they look like they're rebuilt? Interesting. Whatever. I would just take it before even taking out multiple giant salt spears go straight to Madara, hitting the Susanoo, even getting through it. This is where Madara widened his eyes. This is where Madara says, "What the salt style, salt vines." This is where Naruto like hits the ground, and of course underneath Madara, like the water and all that, starts turning into salt vines and going onto Madara. Madara is trying to fight back and trying to pull out his sword. This is where Obito just widens his eyes. This is where he sees Naruto's eyes, the Rinnegan pattern, but a different color. This is where Obito rushes towards, Naruto with blinding speed. He's right now in his war arc armor and all that. He's right now in that whole outfit. This is where he wants the Rinnegan. He needs to take them away from, Naruto. Naruto says, what's it called? From behind Naruto, something appears. Salt serpents. Because Naruto can create anywhere in part of his body, anything. This is where multiple salt serpents rushes towards Obito in midair. This is where it goes through Obito, all of those attacks. But one thing that doesn't go through is, this one salt, Salt serpent. This salt serpent was different color. Like, if it was forged with God power. This kind of serpent was actually black. It was black, but was still kind of salt. Now, this is actually something that Naruto created. Salt serpent, divine punishment. This is where, this salt serpent was different. And of course, it hit Obito, biting him right in the arm. Obito widened his eyes. He thought he was in Kamui, which he is. But the salt serpent managed to just get through and still bite him. This is where Obito widens his eyes and then just jumps away from the serpent. This is where Naruto realized one thing. He can see. He can see with his eyes, the Rinnegan, where the dimension is at. This is where Naruto sends multiple salt serpents into one dimension, and then again and again everywhere. This is where Naruto sends multiple serpents at Obito. Obito widens his eyes. And this is where he activated Kamui again. Maybe that was just a fluke or something. Maybe he accidentally turned it off. He did it, and this is where a dimension appears, and Naruto sees it. This is where multiple salt serpents appear, biting into the, dimension. Right now, crushing Obito's body by just sending so much salt virus into him. This is where Obito's body fully turns into salt, and see, no! This is where Naruto, he grabs Obito and absorbs him, taking his power, the Kamui ability. Naruto laughs and says, "Good. And you must be Madara Uchiha. Let me show you the true god of Assault King." This is where Naruto clapped his hands, just like how Madara would do in what's called the Shinobi Alliance, where he says, "I will show you the true power of a god." That's what Naruto does. And of course, he summons out a giant Susanoo. A bigger Susanoo than Madara Susanoo. Reason why is because they're on the sea, basically the ocean. And the ocean is basically made out of salt most of the time. So Naruto gathered up so much salt, becoming a Susanoo, because one eye is the Rinnegan, while the other one is the Manekyo Sharingan, the EMS, the internalness. Mostly the internal. And of course, this is where, this Susanoo is pure white. His eyes are glowing red, just glowing with just red. But of course, this is where his wings are black. This is where Naruto has a spear that's made out of salt, and he just slashes through Madara Susanoo, just crushing it. This is where Madara jumps out of the Susanoo and starts fighting against Naruto. This is where Naruto, he fights against Madara in Taijutsu, but this is where Naruto grabs Madara and of course says salt style, salt permeation, not permeation, like perish. He says salt perish. This is where salt goes all around not Naruto, both Madara and Naruto, but this ability destroys Madara completely, turning every last particle inside him into salt. Doesn't give a shit if it is the basically reanimation. Destroys the reanimation. This is where Naruto's tired, but of course this is where Naruto is happy to know that he destroyed the last bit of the Akatsuki members. All Akatsuki members are dead. Now, of course, this is where, Madara and Obito is dead. So, of course, this is where Naruto laughs and says, yes. But we go into, well, a 10-year time skip. Naruto is now 27. And of course, Naruto did deal with what's it called, Tamari, or not Tamari, Tamari, or whatever his name is, the guy with the Tentagon. And of course, he did absorb his abilities, the Tentagon. Now Naruto has a Tentagon, basically mixed with the Salt ability and the Sharingan, making it such a powerful eye. This is where Naruto, he did have kids, I should mention. Naruto did have kids with a, well, Uzumaki female. Or not Uzumaki female. Mostly with Kumo. Kumo decides to give out a female named Samui towards Naruto. And so they kind of had kids to kind of have a marriage. Naruto also did have a marriage between what's it called, the kind of Kazekage daughter. Or not daughter, mostly sister. So yeah, Tamari would be one of them. But of course, this is where Naruto, he had about 2 kids with each wife. This is where both of their kids, well, all 4 kids were very strong. 2 of the kids from what's called Samui and Naruto have very powerful lightning affinities, but also salt abilities. And well, the one for Tamari have very powerful wind styles with salt abilities. But of course, this is where Naruto becomes the Uzukage and does help his people. Now, Shikamaru does have a kid with Hayana. What's it called? Ino has a kid with Sano. Nachi has a kid with some girl of Uzumaki. This is where, well, Choji, he does have a kid with Karu still, but yeah. But this is the end of this what if. Yes, I will now end this what if because, yeah. So this is what if Naruto had the abilities of the Salt King, part 4, the end. This is the end of this what if. So, have a nice potato day, potato night, potato seed, potato. And yes, new what ifs will be coming up soon. Not just this one, or mostly new slash old, but yeah. But other than that, let me end this what if. Bye bye. Potato.